Hello, welcome to one of the most important lessons of all of the irregular verbs that we've had so far in the present tense. Welcome to our ongoing French course. This is the verb devoir, and we started with the verb devoir last time. Devoir has two principal meanings. One is to owe, as in to owe money. That was our last lesson. In this lesson, we are going to explore devoir, meaning to have to or must, in the sense of having the obligation to do something. So remember that devoir is an irregular verb, and that means you just have to memorize the forms. So let's quickly review those forms. So I have to or I must, je dois. You have to or you must, tu dois. He has to, he must, she has to, she must, one has to, one must. Il, elle, on doit. We have to, we must, nous devons. You have to, you must, vous devez. They have to or they must, ils, elles doivent. And again, pay attention to the pronunciation. Doit, 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 devons, devez, doivent. One more time. Doit, 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 devons, devez, doivent. Okay, so memorizing the forms is a must. Let's go on to look at using devoir to express the idea that you have to do something. In other words, you have the obligation to do something. So it's this very important structure here. Devoir, this means you have to conjugate it in the present tense, and it can be followed by any infinitive that makes sense or fits into the meaning. So let's take a look at some specific examples. Let's start off with I, je. I have to. What do I have to do? Je dois, je dois. Qu'est-ce que je dois faire? What do I have to do? I have to go. Je dois aller. So this is not complete. You have to say where you have to go. So I have to go to the bank. Je dois aller à la banque. I have to go to the bank. Je dois aller à la banque. Je dois aller à la banque. Okay, next example. Je. I have to. Je dois. I have to work. Je dois travailler. Je dois travailler. I have to work. Je dois travailler. And there you have a very nice complete sentence in French. I have to work. Je dois travailler. Let's try another example. He. Il. He has to. Il doit. Il doit. He has to eat. Il doit manger. Il doit manger. He has to eat. Il doit manger. Another example. Oui. Nous. We have to. Nous devons. We have to work. Nous devons travailler. Nous devons travailler. We have to work. Okay, so I think you get the idea. Conjugated form of devoir, an infinitive. It's really that simple. And you can say a myriad of things if you understand how to use this grammatical structure. So let's go ahead and give this lesson the ending it deserves. Let me just recap here. So these are the conjugated forms of devoir, and you can use any of these forms with an infinitive to express the idea that you have an obligation to do something, that you have to do something, or you must do something. So what you can say, the ideas that you can express, that's only limited by the amount of infinitives you know. So the more you know, the more you can say, the more ideas you can express. This is why I always stress, or I've stressed in previous lessons, learn as many infinitives as you can, because they're very useful in situations like this where you plug an infinitive into a structure and you can just increase your ability to speak French by leaps and bounds. Let's look at 3 examples And you can combine these three with any of these elements to just express a number of ideas. For example, and I'll try to do this very quickly, I have to work, je dois travailler. I have to leave, je dois partir. I have to think, je dois réfléchir. You have to work, tu dois travailler. You have to leave, tu dois partir. You have to think, tu dois réfléchir. He has to work, il doit travailler. He has to leave, il doit partir. He has to think, il doit réfléchir. Well, etc., etc., etc. So the more infinitives you know, the more ideas you can express. Okay, well, that's it for this lesson. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, I would appreciate it very much if you'd give it a like. To continue learning French and go on to another lesson, click on the video that appears here on your screen. See you soon. À bientôt.